Hello, Gio. My name is Greg, and we connected on the Assisted Living Facebook group. And today, Tuesday, you reached out to me by Facebook Messenger asking if I knew anyone who knew how to do website work and search engine optimization work for real estate, for residential assisted living. So I do that work. I have not done it for residential assisted living, although the skills are very transferable. I said that I'd put together a video here showing you what would be necessary in order to rank a website up for assisted living in Jacksonville, Florida. I know that you do not currently have a website, so this video typically would be looking at your website, but seeing as you don't have one, I'm going to be looking at some of your competition and showing you some of the things I would look at in order to get you the volume that they are getting. So by way of background then for you, Geo, it's about how to beat your competition to the top of Google search. If you're not here in the top of Google, certainly in the map pack and hopefully in the top of the first page, or at least on the first page, you're missing out on 80-90% of all the search volume. Now, I'm going to give you some suggestions, or rather a look into my process as to how I go about getting a website recognized, trusted, and assumed relevant by Google. And there are three areas I will cover. The first one being the content, that is the words and images throughout your website, the quality and the quantity. Number two, the backlinks. A backlink is an instance in which another website links back to your website. So Google is this is Google's popularity contest. So if you are participating in the web and linking to other websites, as long as Google trusts those other websites, then they will assume of you by association some trustworthiness too. And lastly, citations. The number of times your business, name, address, and phone number are mentioned in an online directory, which gives you direct access here into the maps section. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at content. So we're going to look at one of your competition down there, Anthem Lakes. Now, Anthem Lakes happens to sit at position 7, okay, for a search of assisted living Jacksonville, Florida. We're going to use them as an example because all the other listings are these large referral directories: caring, paying for senior care, a place for mum. I'm not a big fan of these being here in the first position because this to me is not a good search experience. If I if my parents or I were looking for assisted living in Jacksonville, Florida, I want to find exactly what my options are without having to go and dig into another site with the best 10, the best 10, the best 50. This to me is not a good situation. Anyway, let's look at content. So Google cares about quality and quantity of content. So when we build your website, we need to keep those two things in mind. By quantity, we are talking about the number of words that are written into a website. Now, what is recommended, and it does depend a little bit on who the competition is, but what is recommended is 1,500 words on the homepage, and at least 1,500 words for every service page that we build in the back end. Okay. The reason why quantity is important is because if your website is full of words, it does two things. Number one, it allows Google to assume of you that you are some authority in this area. If you are able to write in your website a large quantity of words, they will assume that means you are authoritative. You know enough to write enough. Okay. The second is that they will also assume that there is a relevance here. If you have lots of words, somewhere in those words are going to be the answers that their customers are looking for when they are typing in a Google search, for example, assisted living Jacksonville. So that's the strategy here from a quantity point of view, is we will write quality content. We will write a large quantity of content so that we can explain exactly what your home is all about, to answer the questions of your customers, but also to allow Google to trust you and think that you're relevant. Number two, quality. When we talk about quality, we're talking about the choice of words used throughout the website, okay? And the words that we want to be looking for are as follows, okay? This is a keyword or a keyword phrase, assisted living Jacksonville, Florida. Now, we need to figure out we need to basically build a list of all these keyword phrases, the most likely to be used by your potential customers looking for your services. Okay, we want to write these phrases in all their iterations into your content in a strategic and organic way, so that Google can understand what you're all about. So that when someone is, for example, searching for assisted living Jacksonville, Florida, and that very phrase is also written into your content, Google can make a match between this search and your website and then push you up to the first page of Google, because they will assume that you are relevant. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what Anthem Lakes is doing right from a content quality point of view. Okay, here's Anthem Lakes. I want to point out to you that even being on the 7th position on the first page of Google, Anthem Lakes is getting almost 150 visitors per month. Now, we make some assumptions as to what that could convert into in terms of paying customers, paying residents, and having 150 visitors to your website is pretty good. In terms of keywords, when we write your content, here is an idea of what we would write your content around. Okay, we're looking for those keywords that explain your offering in the location that you offer it, because most likely your potential residents come from the area and they're looking for a local home for convenience and trust. So the keywords that we would write into your content look something like this: independent living, Jacksonville, Florida. There are 100 people a month searching for that. Assisted living, Jacksonville, Florida, or again, assisted living, Jacksonville, Jacksonville, FL. Assisted living Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, so there are very many iterations of that particular type of search, and we would pick the top 20 with the most amount of search volume that are easiest to compete against, and we write that into your content. Okay, that's what content strategy is all about. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk to you about, things that we would look out for: backlinks. As I mentioned to you, this is Google's popularity contest. Now, this is important because this score here, the DR score, is a website trust score. Anthem Lakes have done a pretty good job, and they have a 30% trust score with Google. That is because they have gone out and they have requested a link back to their site from almost 100 other websites. And clearly, those websites that are linking back are trusted websites, which means some of that trust flows to them. Google trusts them by association and feels confident to rank them on the first page. Our strategy here would be to figure out who these domains are that link back to this website, and we go through the process one by one of requesting a link back. We won't just stop there. We will go out and continue to source additional backlink opportunities, the best, most highest quality, highest relevance to your industry links to drive the most amount of trust to your site. This happens over time. This is not something that we can do on day one. This happens bit by bit by bit, month over month over month. If we do this all at once, Google assumes that to be spammy activity and doesn't like it. So we would do ongoing work to build a backlink profile, to build the trust score, to get you moving upwards in Google's ranking. That's backlinks. The third thing that I said I would talk to you about are citations. Citations is the mention of your business name, address, and phone number in a directory. This could be any directory, as long as it was relevant to the business. Now, we would go out, similar to backlinks, find the best 200 directories to list you on from the get-go. Our goal here is to beat all of those that hold a position on the map, beat them in terms of the number of citations that are listed or linked to their website. If we do this, we win the map pack. This is the map pack here. This is a good place to be because it's the first 3, apart from the ads, results that you see. But more importantly, perhaps, nowadays, most people are searching on their mobile phones. And if this particular search result popped up on a mobile phone, there would be a third button here that says call. And you would be, your potential customers could call you directly with one click of a button directly through to your business, rather than having to drill down into a link, find a number, save a phone number, and then call that number. So this is a good place to be. So there you go, Gio. This is an overview of the type of work that I do. And as you can see, I covered content. So we would write into your website a large volume of content filled with keywords in an organic and strategic way so that Google can understand what you're about. We would build your backlink profile over time so that Google trusted you and felt good about putting you up onto the front page of Google. And we would also, from the get-go, register your business name, address, and phone number in over 200 directories, which gives you access up into the map section here for an immediate win. So that's the work that I do. I'd love your feedback on this video, and I'm more than happy to discuss further with you if you feel like you would like some additional help getting this work done to build a website and get it ranked, so that when you open your home, you start getting a steady flow of residents and their families coming to find you and to inquire about your services. So there you go, Gio. Thank you so much for watching my video. I appreciate it.